What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with MLB Power Rankings Week 2. As always, you got to hit that subscribe button down below to be subscribed to our channel to be entered into our giveaway at 500 subscribers. But before I get into the rankings, we got to look at the team of the week, and it's got to be the Tampa Bay Rays. So far, they're 9-0 this year. They've won all their games, not in a close fashion. It's been 4 or more runs. The pitching staff has been excellent, and they get Glasnow back hopefully soon. They've scored the most runs in the league, most home runs in the league, and they also have the lowest ERA in MLB with just over 2 runs a game. So this Tampa Bay Rays team has turned a lot of heads, and especially I would say amount of baseball. Yes, their schedule has been a little bit easier than people thought. But this Tampa Bay team, it's still tough to win every single game, and 9-0 is very good to start the year. But we also have our biggest movers, with the Brewers coming out on top and the Phillies taking yet another huge tumble. The Brewers are up 10, Blue Jays 7, and Pirates 4. And then those Rangers and Cardinals take big drops as well. And, the team that is very surprising to me, obviously, are those Phillies, struggling in the first 10 games for them, where the Brewers are a team that I didn't really think would be up this high this early, maybe later in the season when the pitching staff was clicking. But the whole team is clicking right now. Brian Anderson has been great, great addition from them. And it's just interesting to see if they can keep that going, as the NL Central should be a good race this year. But we'll start with 21 through 30, and 30 through 27 are staying the same. Nothing really changing down there. The Marlins dropped 2, the Rockies and Reds down 1, while those Pirates are moving up 4 spots. And then you have at 21, the White Sox that weren't on this slide last week, had a very rough week against, some teams that they probably should have beat more. And I don't know how it's going to go for any of these teams here. It's not good early to be in this category. And especially those White Sox, which, normally are a 500 ball club at the end of the year. So they have plenty of time to turn it around. But the Pirates, with the O'Neill Cruz situation and his broken ankle, 8 to 10 weeks or 8 to 12 weeks is what they are saying. So, losing him for a big chunk of the season hurts their chances at almost anything. Even though they are 6-3 right now, they do have to figure out what they're going to do at shortstop moving forward. And no, nothing really else there. The Marlins are kind of surprising to me right now, struggling early, but they have had to play some tough teams. The Mets 7 times, I believe. So maybe they'll have an easier week this week as they look to turn things around. 11 through 20. And the biggest notes here we got to add are the Cardinals down 7, the Rangers down 8, and those Phillies are dropping 9 spots all the way down to 20, which is very, very shocking to a lot this year so far. The Trey Turner signing, really thought everyone would be, this Phillies team is going to be one of the best teams in baseball, and they've just not shown that yet. But maybe when they get Harper back here and with a month, hopefully, that Phillies team will start clicking and then really be a top tier team. The Cubs, just slowly are climbing up. The Orioles, Red Sox, Diamondbacks, and Mariners are all climbing up as well. The Mariners looking to move back up into the top 10. And then the Angels are one of the teams that, somehow, some way are going to find themselves right around, I think, outside of the top 10 a lot this year. They're not that top 10 of a team yet, besides the lineup. We need to figure out what the 5 through 9 can contribute for the Angels team, because it's very bad right now. I think they're hitting under 100. And then the Mets, this team did fall out of the top 10. They just had a brutal week, and, they have a lot to go moving forward with Scherzer and Verlander. And when Verlander can get back, that's great. And Senga has been pitching well. So this Mets staff needs to get fully healthy, and then they will be right back into the top 10. And the top 10 will start at 10 with the Dodgers. They're moving down to, they, didn't have the best week, but they did do enough to stay in the top 10. The Twins are looking like one of the AL Central favorites, along with those Guardians at 8 and 9. And those two teams, when they play each other, probably will decide the division, I think, early on right now. Those two teams have the clear-cut, division for themselves. It's going to be one of those two teams winning at the end of the year. with the Royals and Tigers being so bad, and then the White Sox very unpredictable. Then you have the Blue Jays making a big jump up into the top 10, up 7 spots after their big week. The Astros are moving down from the number 1 spot to 6 after a tough week against the Tigers, lost 2 of 3 from Detroit. And then those Brewers, as I was talking about earlier, moving up 10 spots, and they're 7-2 currently, looking really good. The staff's been great. The lineup has been very intriguing, a lot different than people thought it would look heading into the season, and they're just producing right away, and they do have a good matchup this weekend with those Padres, so they could be jumping even higher if they win a few games there. The Braves are down 2 after losing their series to the Padres. Yankees staying at 3, Padres at 2 after their series win against the Braves, and of course the Rays at 1 after their 9-0 start. I mean, it's hard to not put the only undefeated team left at number 1. But that's going to be it for the video today. Make sure you guys come back next week to see where all these teams rank next week. And I will be adding players of the week and other little, awards and total rankings throughout the year as we get into it. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with our channel. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.